everybody. Oh my goodness. Well, I just started out this whole thing with an explosion. See, my little signs fell down. I gotta get this one too. Hi, 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 hi. Yes, I see people starting to log in. Hello, hello, hello. As usual, we're gonna give it a minute or two to just to let everybody jump on here and have me take a deep breath and get set up because it's the day after the big event, and we're going to talk about how to not feel depleted. And you're going, well, look at her, she's got glasses on, she must be depleted already. Anyway, we'll give it like another, let's see, what time is it? It's actually 7:31. So okay, you know what, let's dive right in. How is everybody doing? Oh, I gotta turn on my chat function so I can see all of you. Hello, hello. I'm in Vaseline commercial. Awesome. What a way to start the evening is with a Vaseline commercial. I have nothing funny to say about that, and I'm sure it could go in many different directions, but my brain at the moment feels like oatmeal, so I'm not going to even attempt to be funny. Just let me know if you're seeing me or if you're still seeing the Vaseline commercial. Now we're rolling. Okay, good. Hey everybody, welcome to Square Peg Chat. I am your host, Marci. Oh, somebody else has Vaseline. Okay. All right, we're going to give it, we'll wait another 60 seconds. I don't think the commercials usually last any longer than that. And in the meantime, everybody who can see me, how are you all doing? How's your week going? I know it's only Monday. How was last week? That's a better question. Is everybody doing fine and dandy? I am kind of flying a little bit and juxtapositioned with exhaustion. And that's why I came up with this topic. And I'm trying to figure out where to look, because I switched the camera because we actually used this yesterday at the event. No, that didn't help. So let's go this way. There we go. Okay. I see you, but you have glasses. Is that the other Marci? It is. This is Marci's alter ego. This is Marci being real and saying, you know, I had an idea for a topic because of how I was feeling, which was yesterday, Sunday, January 17th, was the official release of Square Peg, my new CD. And it was beyond my wildest expectations. The band was so on point, and my wonderful husband, John Demaro, did the sound, and it was amazing out in the house from what I was told, and more miraculously amazing on stage where you could actually hear yourself. And so I've experienced this many times in my life. Oh, still more Vaseline. Oh, I don't want you guys to see Vaseline. I want you to be able to chat with me. So try to see if I look this way. There it is. You guys are over there. Okay, so I'm gonna stare at that dot. I came up with this topic because it's very common for me to have these extraordinary high points as a musician. You know, whether it's a gigantic show or a big interview or, you know, great news. And I think that there's this tendency for myself anyway to get so extremely high that it kind of almost knocks me out the next day. And, you know, the truth is that yesterday was so beyond, like I said, any of my wildest expectations. And it wasn't, well, it was about how the music united this jam-packed room full of people and how very loved I felt. And, you know, it was funny because somebody had sent me a message early in the day, don't be nervous, break a leg. And I'm going to be really honest, like for the first time before a really important show, I wasn't nervous. Honestly, I was so busy because not only did I perform at this show, I was essentially the producer of the concert, you know, from scheduling rehearsals, putting together the band, arranging logistics with the sound people and the crew and the video and the set lists and the order of everything and the venue and the promoting and the marketing and the food for everybody backstage, that there was no time for nervousness. It was more like I just felt like I was in perpetual motion until probably a little after midnight last night, when John and I finally got home and unloaded the last of the equipment because couldn't leave it in the cars to get frozen overnight because it's, like 20 degrees out right now. So we sat down and listened to some of the audio from the concert, and I think we have something good coming, guys. I really do. There's the recording sounded really good, and I'm hoping that we got some good video too. But anyway, so here I am. I'm this artist, and you're talking about a release concert that in essence was a year and a half in the making. From the start of the Kickstarter campaign to the funding of the Kickstarter to the recording and the mastering and the artwork and the getting the CDs produced and all that kind of stuff, and then getting it out to everybody, to that final release moment of last night. Months and months of work and energy and preparation went into it. And I was fully expecting, I always go to bed thinking I'm going to wake up really happy, but very often what happens to me is I wake up feeling kind of down the next day because you're so high that I don't think anything has a chance of competing in your life, you know what I mean? And of course, if you get some sort of not great news like that, really hits hard because you're already emotionally and physically and spiritually exhausted, and then if you get something that you weren't expecting news-wise, it can you don't have at least I can speak for myself, I don't have full capacity brain cells that I'm functioning on. So before I went to bed last night, when I say my gratitude prayers, and then I have a list of people that I say a prayer for that are sick, or struggling with some sort of challenge. I say a prayer, and then I say my I ams, which we've talked about here before if you've never tuned in before, which is I sort of set the intention of what I want my subconscious to marinate on as I sleep in the night. So I am healthy, I am safe, I am strong, I am blah, 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 all these things. And last night, one of the intentions that I set up was I am waking up happy, I am waking up energized, I am waking up calm. And it kind of happened in a strange way. I know that my body was tired. I know that all of me was tired, but I felt this very strange sense of alertness and energy. It was really kind of odd because it's not something that I've experienced before. I don't know if it's like maturity or if I'm getting too old and tired to get so freaked out anymore. I don't know. But I felt really good. And I thought about it all day, about how I know that there are so many people out there, not just musicians, but people who have big events, and how the next morning can be sort of a letdown. And I wanted to talk about that with you guys. So once again, if you're just tuning in and you're not seeing commercials, my name is Marci Geller. I'm your host. This is a weekly square peg chat that we do unless I'm on the road. We've decided not to try and do them when I'm on the road because the chances of getting solid Wi-Fi are dicey at best. A little information above you is my mailing list. Please sign up if you're not already getting my mailings. I would love to keep in touch and make new friends and share my music and my life escapades with you in my mailing newsletters. Also, I wanted to mention that there's a chat bar to the left of me on your screen, or is it to the right of me on your screen? I don't know which is left or right because it's always reversed here, and I certainly can't figure it out today. But there's a chat function, and you don't have to sign in to chat with everybody and with me. You can chat anonymously, or you can choose to sign in. I can see we've got a bunch of viewers who are anonymous today, and that's totally fine. I I respect the anonymity. I'm the crazy one who's here doing this very honest, exposed chat session with you people. I mean, as you can see, I didn't even put my contact lenses in today. You get me with glasses, au naturel, and I hope that that's okay. So let's see, we have the down feeling is it's absolutely normal. Okay, so, but is normal what we're always aspiring to? I'm going to challenge you on that. I think, I think that for me, I think it's common. I don't want it to be a normal reaction. I don't want my personal response to good experiences to be falling down. So, and I'm not saying that in judgment of your comment. I'm saying that because, as I've said many times here, I'm not proclaiming to be anybody's guru here. I'm putting out thoughts and ideas about things that I ponder and that I am looking to find answers for. And we do these weekly chats so that maybe together we can come up with some good, healthy tools for each other, or maybe we can just commiserate, you know? So maybe, you know, that it's absolutely normal is just my friend Anonymous 39461 commiserating with me. You know, I don't think that there's shame, and I don't want to imply that I was casting judgment on the experience of feeling down after a day of elation. I was just trying to say that I'm always on this continual quest to just keep reinventing the better version of myself, if that makes any sense, whereby, you know, like I said, like this morning I woke up and I actually felt kind of good. And look, you know, the interesting thing now is that we have social media, so like the morning after, you get to read all the comments and the people posting pictures. So I take into account that that probably had some pretty big impact on why I woke up feeling energized. But I did notice that as the day went on, and you know, if you guys that tune in with me every week know I have my little ritual in the morning. What's my ritual? Journal, meditate, go for a run. That's my ritual. And this morning, after reading 10,000 Facebook comments and posts, I finally got to journal. I did half of my meditation. I didn't have the sense of presence to do the whole meditation, and I'm not judging myself. I think it was exactly what I needed to do. And you know what else? I didn't go for a run, which is really weird for me. But I felt like my body needed a rest, because aside from putting on a concert yesterday, you know, we had to lug all the gear in, and that was down a flight of stairs and then up again at the end of it, up a flight of stairs and then out of cars and in cars, and you get the picture. So we've got a comment here from Anonymous 55531. Without any downs, you won't be able to enjoy the ups. The universe breathes in and out. I tell myself that all the time because there are inevitably downs in life, you know, and I definitely understand that sentiment. You know, for my perspective here, what I was thinking about is that, you know, this is sort of like a self-imposed down, if that makes sense, because it's not like it was inspired by something that happened that was bad. You know what I mean? Like, I think that ups and downs are normal in life, ups and downs, and mood and behavior. It's just kind of a human thing. But usually, I think the downs, for me, are triggered by something. And I was looking to explore how to cut it off at the pass, where here was a situation where everything was up, 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 good, and nothing was responsible for the sense of letdown, you know what I mean? And how to, first of all, not just maintain the energy and the good feeling, but also to have a productive day. Now, I don't know how many of you are musicians or artists are people who experience this. But, you know, one of the things that I struggle with is like what I call going back to normal life. You know what I mean? Like after this big event and this great sense of accomplishment, and then you have to go back to being your regular self again without, you know, whatever it is, the audience, the applause, the experience. Oh, the seat is creaking and squeaking. Sorry about that, guys. So that's kind of what I was personally exploring, was that I wanted to have a useful, productive day. And I don't know if I've reached that place. So let's read some comments. I have done many shows in my life, and most of my friends feel the same way. When you create a show that large, it takes all the energy you have. The high is supposed to be gone. I have never been prepared for the end of the event. That's why most people just keep performing. That's a very, very, very wise observation. So you're kind of almost likening it to like a drug high. Like, you know, we keep doing the show so we can keep getting that high. and I get that fully. I'm just on this constant quest to have a continual high, whether I'm on a stage or whether I'm in the studio or whether I'm making music of any kind. It's like I'm trying to find a place where I feel good and energized and happy and here's a good one, and worthy, you know, when I'm not doing the things that I identify myself as. You know, years ago, I had this friend who was a self-proclaimed conscious channeler. And basically what he was explaining it meant is that he would channel an entity from another, I guess, dimension or maybe heaven, I don't know. And he was conscious during it, so, you know, his ego would sometimes alter some of the information that he got. So I guess he was kind of saying that he was getting information, but it wasn't entirely from another entity, that a lot of it was from him. And I remember him making, well, his entity or whatever that he channeled made this comment about how I only see myself as a musician. I don't worship, I don't, not worship, I don't acknowledge, and I don't, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't honor the other aspects of who I am as a being, that I don't see myself as a being without being a musician. Like I see it fully as my identity. And that I needed to get past that because there was a lot more to me than just being a musician. And at the time, which was many years ago, I took great offense to that because, well, yeah, I am a musician. And he said to me, you're not a musician, you are a human who makes music. And I wrestled with that, and I sort of challenged that idea over and over again in my life. So it's one of the reasons I do this chat is because I'm exploring ways to honor the other aspects of who I am as a being on planet Earth, you know, that I am a spouse, and I am a daughter, and a sister, and a friend, and trying to be very conscious of making time for all of those roles that I play, that it's not just music that should get my time and my focus, but that being a good person and being a good friend and being a good daughter, you know, is kind of important too. So I've been yapping. Talk to me, people. What do you think about some of this stuff? Are you thinking that I should just let it go and just be down the next day, or should we, does anybody have any tools that they use to sort of prop themselves up when they have that elation and then that sense of less elation, we'll call it? Okay, well, I guess not. Oh, there's a Sparkle commercial. Okay. Great. Sparkle. I don't feel particularly sparkly this evening, but I'm thankful that I decided to follow through because, you know, of course people said, why are you doing this tonight? You should just rest. And part of me wanted to just veg out in front of the television set and eat cheese or something. But I consider these weekly, dates with you guys sort of an opportunity to continually check in with where my little journey as a human on earth, a little earthling is, and to check in with you guys and to share. So I hope that it does something for you as well. I mean, I guess it does because you keep tuning in, so that's a good thing, right? So the sooner you let go of the things, the better off. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so when you say that, are you meaning that I should let go of the high? Or are you saying I should let go of the sadness or the letdown the next day? Or are you saying that I should let go of the sense of judging any of that spectrum? Because I'm really curious what you mean by that. So, okay, be proud, live on the accomplishment. Be proud, live. I think there was supposed to be a comma or something. Be proud, live on the accomplishment. Okay. I do grounding things or things I put off during the prep and activity. So now, okay, and again, I'm going to ask you to clarify a little bit. You do grounding things. Would you be willing to share some of those grounding things that you do? Because I shared some of mine. I do that, the journal, meditate, and run. Journal, meditate, and run. Oh, and don't eat sugar during the day. Unless it's your birthday. I try to stay away from sugar during the day. So what kind of grounding things do you do? I mean, are they different? Are they just real quick fixes? Or is it something physical that you actually do? Because I'm very, very curious what you do to ground yourself. And I bet everybody that's tuning in would be curious also. Please, please, please share. So exercise, spend time outdoors, paint. Brilliant. Brilliant. And I love that because, I think that, well, I'm a firm believer in exercise, as you guys know. I try to run 4 miles every day unless there's like 10 feet of snow or I had a big, really gigantic CD release concert the night before. That's my excuse, so I'm sticking to it. But getting outdoors, I think that that's a brilliant grounding tool. Because even if it's freezing out, I think that getting outside and breathing air and getting just a complete change of perspective from the 4 walls that you're sitting in is such a great, great concept. Thank you for sharing that. Because, it's probably something that all of us inherently know, but because our brains can be so cluttered with so many responsibilities and things that we do, we forget the most basic things like maybe I should go outside. Maybe I should get some sun on my face. If it's raining, maybe I should just smell the rain. If it's cold, maybe I should feel that exhilaration of cold air hitting my skin, So thank you so much for sharing that. And painting is cool too. I used to do that. I don't know if you guys know, I used to tour with Blackmore's Night, which is Richie Blackmore's current band. He's the founder of Deep Purple and Rainbow, and I toured with Blackmore's Night for 2 years, and when we were on the tour bus, and I had listened to everything in my iPod like 10 gajillion times, I would start sketching, and it was this way of exploring and being creative without bugging anybody else. I remember one time I was listening to, I don't know why, I just got on this Charlie Parker kick, and I remember at one point one of the guys in the band's just going, could you just shut that thing up? And I had headphones on, that's how I was listening, and just the constant rhythm that he was hearing from my headphones was driving him nuts. So see, live and learn. So let's see, Daddy sat outside with his Holly Henson cod fishing jacket. I guess that's my mom. Hi, Mommy. you're saying that Daddy went outside and he's in his, because I heard it's cold down in Florida. My parents are in Florida. So they're not sitting outside in 20-degree weather up here in New York. No, my parents are down south, and I heard that it's pretty cold down there. So yes, that's good that Daddy went out and sat, and because he also, I think that that's a grounding technique that he uses, that he likes to go outside. I think he likes to see the lake that's near your house and the birds, which, you know, you guys have a menagerie of. So cool. That was a really good grounding tool that you shared with us. So I want to go back to be proud and live in the moment of the accomplishment. So yeah, you know, that is what I want. I'm just trying to figure out, without judging myself, why that's not my natural inclination. Why and I think part of it is the mental fatigue for me, that like when the brain starts getting so tired that your capacity to, I guess, access your endorphins maybe gets swallowed up. I'm not sure. Thanks, Mom. Yes, now everybody knows that Daddy is wearing socks. That's good. So anybody else want to share some grounding ideas? You know, we've got, what do we have, like 4 minutes left? Keep the white one. Okay, enough about Daddy, Mommy. We have got 4 minutes left. And usually I cap off these web chats with a song, and I'll be completely honest with you. I prepared nothing. Not that I should have to prepare. I mean, I've written like a gajillion songs, but what I'm saying is I didn't give much thought to what song. Sometimes I like to sort of match the song with the theme of the chat, you know, and I didn't really think it through and think about, you know, what would be a good song that would represent this topic that we've been talking about for the last 23 minutes. So if anybody has an idea and wants to shoot it to me, like just put it in the chat. And oh, there's a commercial. Fantastic. I'm looking at my CD because I do want to make mention that this is the reason I was on a high last night, was because this CD was officially released last night, Square Peg, and I'm very, very proud of it. I'll talk because there's probably a commercial. I'm probably talking to myself anyway. I'm very proud of this accomplishment. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of heart. It took a lot of very, very talented musicians and artists and mastering engineers and sound engineers and co-producers to make this dream come to fruition. So if you are so inclined and you don't have one, well, hello, the commercial's over, so I'll just do a very brief recap that I was talking about the CD that we were celebrating last night. This is the release concert that we had last night that caused me to have such an emotional high. It's out, it's available. If you order it, it's not a pre-order anymore. You get it as soon as we can possibly stuff it in an envelope and get it to the post office for you. So if you go to store, it's right there. You can get it. I even have a box set special now. I have my own box set. I've never had that before, where you can get the four CDs, the solo CDs that I've released as an indie artist on our label Sonic Underground over the years. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. So I don't know, I didn't come up with a song idea, and we've got like 1 minute and 10 seconds left to the broadcast. So I'm trying to think of something that emulates this idea that we were talking about, or maybe not, you know? I think I'm going to do the song that was the last song of the album, because we had a really a cappella final 2 minutes. A cappella. I don't know. I'm sorry, my brain is scrambled eggs, guys. I'm like not even thinking of something I could do a cappella. I think I'm going to do, I was going to do Would You Still Believe, because I thought that was sort of appropriate. But you know what? I think we're done, and let's see, what's the time? Oh no, we have 60 seconds left. So I think that I am just going to, instead of singing this week, I'm going to ask you to buy the CD if you haven't. Sign up for my mailing list if you're not on it. Follow me on all the social media because I love hearing from you guys, and I love sharing the high points with you, and last night certainly was one. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you spending this half hour with me every Monday at 7:30. Please spread the word. The more the merrier. Merrier. Almost wasn't able to say that word. Love to you all. This was Square Peg Chat with Marci Geller. I hope you have a miraculously happy, fun, wonderful, healthy week. I will see you next Monday. Bye.